Here today we will only cover the registration and prudential norms for the NBFCs which are governed by the RBI. Those Nidhi companies, Section 8 companies are governed through Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Companies Act. Even chit fund companies are controlled by state registrars. IRDA controls insurance companies. Insurance companies also keep investing into NBFCs or any other company, so they also are considered as financial institutions. Merchant banker, broker, sub-broker, venture capitalist funds, stock exchange, they are controlled by the SEBI. But here today we are talking about those and non-banking financial institutions which are controlled by the RBI, and that is known as an NBFC, non-banking financial company. So NBFC means a company first to be registered under the Companies Act, then that registered under the Companies Act, basis of the incorporation certificate, they can approach for the RBI. RBI already mentioned everything on the website that these are the requirement if you want to approach for taking the license. So once you will incorporate, you will infuse another fund of 12 crores so that you can maintain net on fund of 10 crores, and 2 crores can be utilized for your preliminary expenses, MC expenses, office expenses, staff hiring expenses, IT infrastructure. You can do initial contracts to show and demonstrate to RBI that yes, you are passionate about launching the NBFC business, and that's why you are incurring expenses also, and you have maintained 10 crore rupees net on fund also. But what under NBFC? ICC, investment credit company. Investment credit company means a company which can do investment also or can provide credit, means loan also. So most of the NBFCs falls under this ICC only. Out of 8,000 8,500, you will see that more than 6,000 you will see in this queue. The logic is only that investment allowed, credit allowed, and this category formed after merging three different NBFCs like loan company, investment company, asset finance companies. Now these companies are known as ICC. Microfinance companies means those companies which are giving loans at very micro level, very short amount in the villages, deeper areas of 2 lakh, 1 lakh. So exact category, amount you can check in the guidelines, but the household income is should not be more than 3 lakh rupees. Then that account will, then that borrower will be considered as an MFI borrower. If overall family income goes more than 3 crores rupees, then that loan will not be considered as a loan given under MFI, microfinance. ARC, asset reconstructions companies. ARC is also considered as NBFCs. Whenever any like ICC is struggling in getting the funds from the borrowers, so those loans can be transferred to the asset reconstruction company, saying that I'm not able to uh, generate my interest amount and not able to collect my principal against these loans, but I'm transferring to you. You can pay me the consideration, and then you keep collecting the funds. So that is how ARC works. Infrastructure finance companies means it's obviously infrastructure related. Big infrastructures require big investments, big loans. So these are normally very big and huge companies, basically controlled and managed by the government only. Next is infrastructure debt. Similarly, for infrastructure, if any debt is required, so here in both the categories, you will see only 10, 15 NBFC only, but all those are related to government sector and government owned NBFCs, because infrastructure is basically financed by the government only. So that's why they have incorporated for specific purposes these infrastructure debt and infrastructure finance companies. P2P is basically in a platform where a borrower and lender can come, they can meet, they can agree on the loan terms, and P2P allow these deals through its platform. Factoring means basically, if you see in factoring, there is in a trade portals also come. So a lot of factoring NBFCs allows MSMEs to discount their bill. If MSME is struggling in getting clearance of the bill, they approach the factoring NBFCs saying that this is my bill, my payment will come in 60 days, but give me amount today, and you can collect from my, you know, you can collect from my debtor that amount after 60 days, that I am assigning you the right. But to make it more mature business, digital business, RBI launched trades portal also, through which factoring NBFC and, you know, MSME buyers and sellers can interact. So that is also considered a trades portal will considered as a payment system provider, but factoring NBFC can be the participant of the trade portal. So this is how factoring works nowadays in India. Core investment companies, if you see any of the group, Religare or any group, you see that on the top there will be in a core investment company, means within the group they are investing in the form of loans and advances. You can say Tata Group, any group you can check, there will be in a CIC. 90% of the assets are in the form of the borrowings, loans, investment into group companies. If your CIC asset size is less than 100 crore, then no registration required from the RBI. Once you will cross the 100 crore asset size, then you have to apply for the NBFC license for core investment company. Housing finance, very simple, which provides loans against properties, loan against home, or loan against flat, means this is basically controlled by National Housing Bank. And National Housing Bank allows such kind of registration, but after merger, or you can say that recently in last 1 or 2 years, uh, I believe except inspections, every registration related, every approval, every regulation now released by the RBI. So that's why I removed the name of National Housing Bank from here and now parked under the RBI. Account aggregator. Account aggregator is basically kind of an like P2P or, you know, trades portal that account aggregator basically allows the NBFC. It itself an NBFC, but it allows the most of the NBFCs and banks that they can fetch any bank statement of the customer. If customer will provide the consent, then account aggregator can fetch any of the statement on behalf of the customer, and that can be forwarded to the lenders like NBFCs or the banks, and these statements are used for the credit appraisal. In terms of section 45 IA, I already told you that without obtaining NBFC license, you cannot do business. You have to obtain the license and you have to maintain the NOF.
Welcome to COMPLINITY Technologies. COMPLINITY is India's leading governance, risk and compliance software helping companies to manage their compliance, contracts, litigation, legal updates, inter-financial controls and more. COMPLINITY is a one-stop shop for all GRC needs. With our proprietary 12 GRC modules and real-time legal updates on 2,000 plus laws and 24,000 plus compliances, all in an integrated platform that is easy to use with automated alerts and risk management capabilities, is why compliance managers, general counsels and chief financial officers choose COMPLINITY every time. Join the most innovative and prestigious brands that use COMPLINITY. Automating your compliance management. Request a demo at complinity.com.